Dubai is now the regional centre for conferences, exhibitions and events, and its aim is to become a world centre in the future. There's nowhere else in the Gulf and the Middle East with facilities that match those of Dubai. Add to that scope, popularity and massive growth, and the prospects for event companies are very bright. With me now to discuss the events industry is Mark Gunner, who's Managing Director of Gorgeous Creative Communications Limited. Thanks a lot for coming in today, Mark.
My pleasure.
Well, can I start by asking you, how do you rate Dubai's events industry as we stand today?
As I said, there's two sort of sides to this market at the moment. It's very buoyant. Firstly, in terms of the public sector and attracting artists that we've seen recently, like Elton John and Justin Timberlake and such like. And then there's the corporate market, which again is buoyant for us. It's mainly our sector. What we're finding is that it's very much up to the scope of international level of production and such like. I guess if there's any difference with the territory here is everything's in the last minute. So we have to work with really short lead times and stuff, which I guess back in the UK or where I'm from would be probably very difficult to mobilise in that time. But that's mainly the only difference. But I think it's a really exciting time.
Now, you mentioned some of the launches that are taking place. Which areas of business would you say is the most popular for launches at the moment in Dubai? We can take a guess for sure.
Well, I was going to say, the obvious sectors that we're finding is financial, with that real estate, of course, and the automotive sector is massive. It's again a buoyant market here.
Is it a case of companies having to be, more original with every launch that takes place to get noticed?
It is that case, but I think it's you're sort of describing a saturated market in some ways. What we're really trying to do in terms of, because it's not an endless amount of cash, I think everyone looking into this territory thinks that the purse strings are that long. It's not necessarily the case. I think what we need to do is be much more creative in our approach. And doing that, what we spend a lot of time is understanding the brief from our clients. So understanding what their objectives are. And of course that may mean in some cases we bring a big celebrity star in and it gets on all the society press and whatever. But in some cases there's actually much more strategic approach. So we try to understand what those are when we're delivering our creative objective.
Do you think that, for example, ticket prices for, let's say, musicals and a pop concert are similar actually to European prices? Why? And some would say it's too expensive and unaffordable for many people. But why is it quite high? Is it generally to cover costs?
Absolutely. You see there's two sides to this coin from our point of view. Is that actually the expense of bringing in a big musical or a West End show or something into the territory, or even a single artist, the expense in doing so is significant. It's one of the things that at all levels we face, in terms of entertainment. There's lots of good entertainment, local entertainment here. But a lot of people now are requesting international performers and whatever. And obviously they comes their riders and hotel rooms and flights, and all of these costs needs to be covered. The people have tried to get round it. No names mentioned, but sometimes when you leave key elements out, it's seen. So people come back and you get a write-up that says, oh yeah, but it was missing this or missing that. So, we're trying to keep that level of production, but at the same time deliver what people are demanding here in the territory.
What about these standards? Because, is there any kind of society or body that can sort of regulate what's going on, really?
Sure. I'm actually president-elect of the ISES Middle East, which is the International Special Events Society. It's mainly it's in special events, a lot of corporate focus, but actually it's a global organisation that has now 5,500 members globally, and it's basically an education network forum for people in the special events industry. And this just brings together, and I think we're referring to cost issues that are often faced with. It's bringing together the best event professionals, pooling knowledge, and if, for example, you're building a big structure for iftar or something, that at the end of iftar, that some of this resource that you've built that's going to be torn down, for the next event, can be left there, and we can start sharing resources, which means we can increase our offering to our clients. And that's what we're trying to do, and that's what ISIS is all about: sharing information and knowledge and increasing our position in the marketplace.
Are we going to see a lot more entertainment coming to this region, quality entertainment, do you think?
I think you definitely are. We've got the wonderful situation where we've got companies like Live Nation coming into the territory. You know, one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, and that can only be good for the industry. And they're sort of encapsulating a big side of the music industry. And then you've got theatre production, which is something we're actively looking at the moment, in fact. And then the big corporate market, and then the bleed through that comes down. So I think it's wonderful. It's a fantastic time at the moment.
Great. Well, Mark Gunner, Managing Director of Gorgeous Creative Communications Limited, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much indeed.
It's good to see you. Coming up now, let's have a look at the price of oil and the precious metals.